Good hello everyone. So it's quite literally a random Tuesday night. It is May 7th. It's May 7th. And I tried to film a reading vlog last month and that didn't work out. So we're gonna give it another try. I started last month's reading vlog filming on my phone, and I think that was kind of part of the reason I didn't like the way it was turning out. So I think what I'm going to try and do is film with my regular camera and then try and put it all together and see what I think. But yeah, we're going to give this a go again. Are we surprised? I don't think so. So for the month of May, I have a bunch of books picked out that I made a blog post for. So essentially, the way I picked the books this month was through, Cody's bookshelf. I'll link her video down below. She does a wheel of TBR, and so I chose the TBR picks from her wheel. So the picks that she did, like with her wheel, you know, this wheel, I put the prompts. I chose the prompts from the wheel, and I picked out books that were going to fit that theme based on what I had on my shelves. And I think that was the best way to do it, so I could pick books that are literally on my shelves instead of going into Libby and Scribd and picking books from there. So I have a blog post that I will also link down below, so I'll link her video and my blog post so that you can see how I picked my books and what books I picked. I finished Sky Without Stars this morning, actually, and it was so good. It was so good. But I have to finish The Scarlet Letter for school today. I'm in the middle of reading and annotating Song of Myself by Walt Whitman. I am on stanza number 33 out of 52. It's taken me way longer than it should. I have a paper to write tonight, so I thought I would just give a quick little update. I'll check in with you guys when I get some more reading in. Good morning, friends. So I'm highly overexposed because my desk sits directly in front of the window in my room, and there's a lot of, I was gonna say sunlight, but it's like such a gloomy day out, so there's no sunlight. There is none. It's just kind of bright but kind of gloomy, so it's odd. This morning I had some breakfast. I'm starting my day off pretty solid, pretty slow though. I think I'm gonna spend like the next hour writing my paper, and then I'll hopefully get into some reading. Hopefully. I need to finish The Scarlet Letter for school. I mean, honestly, I was supposed to read it last week, but it's fine. It's fine. And so I guess that's the only book that I have going right now, but I'm thinking I'm gonna pick up The Cruel Crown soon because I really enjoyed Red Queen a lot more than I thought I would, and I want to be able to continue with that series, but as of right now it's just kind of been there. Like, I read it, awesome, great, exciting, but need to continue with it. Hey guys, so it is, what day is today? Thursday. It's Thursday, then I do this every time and you can't see it. Thursday, the 9th, and I finished The Scarlet Letter last night, and honestly, it's such an average book to me. I know it's like this fan favorite of so many people, and it's such an important classic and blah blah blah, and I've read it for class like 3 different times. And I have no issues with it. I'm just like over it. I know the story. I know what happens. And I guess reading it in the new lens that I had to for class made it more interesting, but it's still not my favorite. Don't really care for it. Last night I started Again But Better by Christine Riccio. I think that's how you say her last name, I'm not sure. I know she's like super popular on BookTube, and this is like 3 years in the making, and it's super exciting and like very happy for her, but it reads a lot like a fan fiction, and I'm only like 26% of the way in. So I don't know how much I'm liking it so far. I don't know. It's interesting. It's like a fun little travel book so far, and she's what, like 20 and hasn't ever kissed a boy and is like gushing over this guy that they're traveling with, and their group of friends are really cute. I really like that aspect of it, but again, I'm only 26% of the way in, and I don't know how I'm feeling about it. We'll see. It's okay so far. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. Okay, so the clip that you're about to see is literally almost midnight, and I'm clearly so tired because there are so many sounds and just expressions that are coming out of me that like are too funny. So enjoy. Okay, it is, you can't see it. It's 11:24, 11:25, and I really just read like 90% of Again But Better by Christine Riccio, and it's almost midnight, and I have not stayed up to read a book, like binge a book like this, in so long. So this is so weird for me. I don't even know, like I had to like film almost right away because like what? Okay. So in part 2, I don't know how I didn't see it coming, because it's so like, oh my, like come on, I should have seen it coming. But I was really surprised by how much the second half of the book picked up, but it still read like a fan fiction, and like I don't know how to feel. It's like a 3-star. I'm gonna give it a 3-star because like the ups and downs with how I felt about it is just so weird, you know? It's a 3-star. But oh my god, it was like a 2-star up until that second half. And then like I bumped it up because things got better and things were resolved better, and she wasn't as annoying. I loved Pilot's character and Shane's character. Just, yeah, like, let's see if I have more coherent thoughts tomorrow morning. Hey friends, so it's the next morning, and I feel like I've processed my thoughts on Again But Better a little bit better, and I feel like I'm still really true to what I thought last night, even though like it is supposed to be this like fan favorite because, you know, a booktuber wrote it. I feel like some of the reviews that are being put out are blind to certain aspects of the book. Like, okay, mild spoiler, there's some cheating involved, and I don't like it at all. And there was some girl on girl hate, and that was a little unnecessary. And I feel like Shane's family could have been executed a lot better in terms of being not like the healthiest relationship, but it just could have been executed better in how it was presented and how it was handled. I'd like to see some sort of resolution. I know it's kind of open-ended, So you kind of have to assume what happens in the second timeline. And I feel like everything wrapped up way too nicely. Like, regardless, okay, I'm being very negative. But regardless, the story was a lot of fun. And I did really like the dual timeline. Like, that was a ton of fun. And just being able to travel in Europe, because a lot of my friends are doing it right now. They're studying abroad this semester. It's the coolest thing to be able to read about it and have friends who are experiencing it. The book itself was fine, but it just wasn't my favorite, and I'm glad that I don't own it. I feel like this was definitely a book that I would unhaul if I did own it, and I think that's huge in terms of my enjoyment. I'm giving it a 2-star rating instead of a 3 from last night, because after really thinking about it, like, yeah, I didn't love it. So up next, I am going to be rereading Finale by Stephanie Garber, and having it physically is so cool, especially after having an ARC online. Like, I had an e-ARC, and so like that was cool, but having it physically in my hands right now is so satisfying. And I know I gave it a 5-star rating, so I'm going to reread it in a completely like, oh my god, not the hype, but like I'll be really being critical with it, and I'll be annotating it. So she's naked now, but I'll be tabbing it up and marking it, and I'm really excited. So yeah. Hello friends. So instead of doing any reading, any homework, and any catching up, I decided that I would edit the part of the vlog that I have so far, and then I realized that the USC versus UC San Diego game was on. So of course I'm going to watch 2 of my favorite teams play my favorite sport. Hey friends, so it is quite literally 9 o'clock on a random Friday night. Well, it's not random because I've already been filming this, but I finally finished all my schoolwork. So it's time to get into Finale, and I will be annotating it with my little tabs and my pens, and I'm real excited. So let's get started. So something that I feel is really special in the way that I annotate my books is having essentially this like little reading journal, and it's not even anything special. It's like the moleskin lined, it really is just lined paper. It's nothing special, but it's a place that I started to write a bunch of notes, and I have my annotating system on a literal post-it note at the very beginning of it if I forget. And so I'll write like deeper thoughts as to what I'm feeling on a certain book or on a certain part, and I'll make sure to put the page number. And for example, we have Caraval that literally started on a piece of paper on the back of my art notes, and then it grew into this notebook, and it's kind of become like this. I don't know, I love this thing. When I'm writing a review, it's super helpful to come back to this to see what I was thinking, but I love it especially for when I want to annotate library books, because obviously like you can't write in a library book, like that's literally against the rules. In case you didn't know, it's against the rules. So I'll write in this notebook, and I don't know, it's really special to me, and I love having it, so definitely going to be writing in it for Finale. Hey friends, happy Saturday. So this morning started off pretty productive. We did a lot of running around with me and my family, and it's 1:15 and I am finally able to sit down and get some reading done. I started my reread of Finale last night, and I got to page 110, and I've already got some little tabs going here. I forget already like how much I love this world and how much I love Jax. Like, I love him. I love him. I love Jax, and I love Julian so much. And I just, if I was Scarlet, I would be struggling. But also not. But also struggling because, you know? So I'm really excited to be rereading this, especially with rereading it with someone who's reading it for the first time, because I'm picking up things that they're not. I mean, like, that happens, right? Not everybody picks up on certain things here and there. But I'm so happy to be reading this with someone else. And I love this world. And I have my little reading journal. I love this story. I love this world. I love these characters. And I won't stop saying that. I really won't. I love it. I love it too much. So I'm going to get probably another 50 to 100 pages read today, right now, and then we'll see how much more progress I can make later tonight. Hey guys, so it's later in the evening, still Saturday, tomorrow's Mother's Day, so I probably won't be able to get a ton of reading in because we're doing like a little family dinner and a little get together. I went from page 110 to page 236. And things are picking up in finale. I don't want to get super ahead in the buddy read that I'm doing because I want to be able to be at a good pace so that we can have discussions. So I think I'm going to pick up Perks of Being a Wallflower because it's one of the prompts that I picked from Cody's Wheel of TBR. And I haven't read this since it was a motion picture in 2012. This book is 213 pages. And if I can read 100 and something of finale in like an hour and a half, I can definitely read this tonight. So that's the plan. Hi friends. So I started reading Perks of Being a Wallflower a little while ago, and we ended up like having dinner and doing things like with my family and just spending time together. So finally was able to sit down and get some more reading done, and I got to a little bit past part 2. And I have some thoughts. I think because it's been so long since I've read this book and seen the movie, I forget like how young Charlie is and how he really is he's just discovering the world all over, or not even all over again. He's discovering it for the first time, and he's just so innocent and so small, and it's really interesting to see the dynamic between Charlie, Patrick, and Sam, and seeing how not necessarily they're influencing his life, but how they're helping him kind of learn some new things. But because the entire story is told through Charlie writing letters to a dear friend, it's really raw, really, you can tell he's immature, and you can tell that he is learning so much from the world around him, and I love that. But oh my god, is it infuriating to read as a 20-year-old. Like, I'm sure at 15, 16, like 14, 15, 16, like this is like, okay, yeah, I feel this, I get this. I might give this to my sister to read because she is a freshman in high school, so we'll see. But it's so weird rereading this, and I'm only 54 pages in. I might watch the movie too, because it was a really good adaptation, I think. And I love the cast, and I vividly remember so much about the movie, and if not tomorrow, definitely next week, I will be rewatching the movie after finishing the reread. I don't know, really enjoying it. We'll continue to read. Hello friends, and welcome to the end of the vlog. So I think for each of the vlogs I'll do a little bit of a stats section at the very end. So for the week of May 6th through 12th, I read 1,096 pages. I started Again But Better by Christine Riccio, The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, and Finale by Stephanie Garber, book 3 in the world of Caraval. The books I completed were The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne, which I gave a 3 out of 5 stars, and Again But Better by Christine Riccio, which I gave a 2 out of 5 stars. So for next week, I think I'll end up starting The Hating Game and Cruel Crown. I think I'll be able to finish both of those, so after I wrap up Finale, most likely I'll end up picking up Cruel Crown, and then I'll go into The Hating Game, and then if I'm up for it, I'll probably end up reading Four Dead Queens, or at least starting it. Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe so that I can bring some new videos to you guys. And until then, I'll see you on Instagram.